You are the man who gave them the power to destroy themselves. And the world is not prepared.
I didn't really know much about Oppenheimer before going into this, apart from obviously the thing that everyone knows. So, Cillian, I wonder for you, what was the time where you felt that you got him as a person? Was it during the preparation, or was it some scene when you were filming it?
Oh, I don't think you ever actually say that at any point
Okay.
during filming. Certainly I don't. It's a constant sort of learning process, a constant kind of unraveling, you're like a detective the whole time. But then you just kind of pass it over to Chris. And he puts it together. But he was particularly unknowable kind of character, particularly kind of opaque, kind of morally and everything. And Chris always used this expression with me from the beginning, which was that he was kind of dancing between the raindrops, you know, and that was really useful, but tricky.
Yeah,
I think it's always harder as well when the people were real people.
Yeah.
Because how are you to ever truly know?
Yeah, for sure.
And Florence, obviously you hadn't worked with Christopher Nolan before, but you must have had some expectation of what it would be like. So what did the reality end up being working on these films?
I had no expectation of what, I mean, other than the fact that he's probably the director that every single actor would race across the world for and pay for their own plane ticket. I don't, you know, no one could have prepared me for what it was like to work with him, because it's that in itself is the experience, and like I would have been totally happy to never have seen this movie. Just like being on that set and watching how that man conducts the set and how he conducts the people around him was thrilling enough. Like that was the gift, and it's just also wonderful that he also produces something amazing.
Yeah, definitely. And Cillian obviously worked with him multiple times before, but your first lead role for Christopher Nolan, did that make it an instant yes, or was there still a little bit of, oh, I'm not sure about this yet, or was you?
Oh God, no! Like I've said yes to him from the beginning, and will continue to say yes. Well, yeah, whatever, you know. Like Florence said, any actor would want to work for Chris, no matter what the part. But I didn't know it was going to be this huge, ginormous, terrifying part.
Just literally all you, all the time, massive IMAX cameras in your face.
Yeah, well, there's a
one of the most complex characters ever.
Yeah.
But you know, when it's Chris, he's a genius, you know. And I don't throw that word around, but that I think he definitely qualifies for that. You know?
Yeah. Did it help that prior relationship as well too? Because Oppenheimer is such a complex character, does that help in terms of realising what Chris wanted to do with this film?
Oh yeah, I mean, I don't know about you, but I love recollaboration. It's the richest thing when you're in work, because you develop this shorthand and this trust and this kind of respect and shared taste. And so I hope that myself and Chris have developed that over the years, and it just means you go straight to the work. You have a direct line to the work. There's none of the kind of fannying around, you know.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, this is on a very smaller scale, but the big thing about this film is the Trinity test. And even though you know how it's going to happen, what's going to happen, I was still so tense during that scene. And it all revolves around whether Oppenheimer would destroy the world.
Yeah.
On a lower level, for you guys, what is the thing you look back on in your career and like, oh, taking that role will be a game changer? Could go completely wrong, could go really right.
Lady Macbeth was probably the thing that really kicked me into like what it was that I wanted to make and what it was that I wanted to be like showing for that I could do. But also that was weird because I was supposed to actually be doing an American TV show at the time, and it got pulled. And 3 weeks later, when I was like deciding what kind of an actor I wanted to do, if I wanted to be in the industry, Shaheen Baig sent me this audition through for Lady Macbeth.
Yeah,
so
cool.
It completely was like, that wasn't supposed to happen. And yet it was completely supposed to happen.
Just finally, Cillian, this film I feel is the best of Nolan, where he lays out everything, but he lets you decide what you take from the film. So what are you hoping that audiences take from this once it comes out?
Well, I agree with you. I mean, I think all great art asks the questions but doesn't give the answers, and I think this film does that. It's asks the big moral, ethical questions about world, about life and death and politics and war, and it provokes you and kind of stimulates you. But it's not our job to be prescriptive or didactic, I think.